one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
We get this story from KVCR. Federal agents shot a man in Ontario, California on Thursday morning after the driver allegedly reversed toward them during a traffic stop, according to the Department of Homeland Security. I don't believe them. I just don't. DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said federal agents were conducting a traffic stop in the 4900 block of Vineyard Avenue around 6:30 a.m. That's about southwest of Rancho Cucamonga, when an unknown individual pulled in front of them. Agents ordered the driver to leave, but DHS claims instead the driver reversed toward the agents without stopping. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, fired defensive shots at the vehicle. The subject fled the scene and abandoned his vehicle, says Tricia McLaughlin. Now, in an update on Friday, a DHS spokesperson confirmed that they shot 24-year-old Carlos Jimenez, a U.S. citizen. The agency says Jimenez was arrested by federal agents at Riverside Community Hospital following the treatment for a non-threatening gunshot wound. He's currently in custody with pending charges of assault, resisting an officer, and impeding an investigation. In California, that's obstruction, not impeding. They also said Jimenez was not their intended target. Now, Javier Hernandez, the executive director of the Inland Coalition for Immigrant Justice, says Jimenez's family shared that he ran back to his home in a nearby mobile home park after being shot in the shoulder, and the mobile home park was right there where the cars were, and later taken to the hospital by relatives. Agents from DHS and the FBI could be seen observing Jimenez's car on Thursday morning. Vineyard Avenue, in between Riverside Drive and St. Andrews Drive, was blocked off with caution tape as crowds of witnesses gathered. Rose, who would only provide KVCR her first name out of concern for safety, said she was dropping off her children to school when she saw the street was blocked off. She said she wants ICE and the Ontario Police Department to share more information with the public about the incident. And all they're saying, Ontario PD, is like, that wasn't us, it was the feds. She said, I know this community very well. Everyone's scared, especially if you know they're not being transparent at all. It's worrying. It's concerning. It's scary. People are probably not even going to go to school. Now, the Ontario Police Department said in a press release that they provided traffic control and scene security, but were not involved. They were quick to say, we weren't involved. It was the feds. Democratic Congresswoman Norma Torres shared in a statement that DHS has refused to provide her with information despite multiple requests. She said there must be a full, transparent investigation with immediate updates. Witness statements, body camera footage, security footage, and all relevant information must be released so the public can judge for themselves what really happened. Accountability is not optional. It is demanded. That was Torres that said that. Now, Hernandez with IC4IJ says they spoke to neighbors who say they're living with fear due to consistent immigration enforcement in Ontario. They said what we're seeing now is an escalation of DHS tactics. They're willing to take a more violent approach to their detentions and apprehensions. Carlos Jimenez is set to appear in court later that afternoon. Thursday, I guess he went to court, or Friday, I don't know. But it just said that he was scheduled to appear in court later in the afternoon. I didn't say what day. But that aside, it's true that we're seeing on video DHS agents, ICE agents, going after people that are just bystanders. I've seen people just recording and they run over and shove them on the sidewalk and knock them down. And then they walk back to their little parade and walk down the street. And I'm like, what did they go run over there and shove that guy for? Did he say, yo, mama's so fat? Oh, yeah? And I mean, we're seeing this on video. It's not like, well, you heard the fake news. No. And so, I have commented on Dan Bongino's Twitter account. Dan Bongino, the deputy director of the FBI under Kash Patel. Dan is on there a lot, and he's talking about, we will not stand. We're taking America back, and da da da. And I've commented on there, and I said, well, while you're doing all this, why don't you hold these federal agents accountable who are violating people's civil rights? Now, I understand that there are people that are obstructing their operations. I understand that there are people that are committing their own crimes by getting involved. And okay, I get it, FAFO, two wrongs don't make a right. But that's exactly it. Two wrongs don't make a right. And so if the federal agents are wrong, hey, you're out there we're going to prosecute you if you get in the way. Well, what about the federal agents that are just out of the blue doing stuff because they're anonymous? Well, nobody knows who I am. I can kick ass and nothing going to happen to me. I'm a federal agent. Well, it's time we say, yeah, well, now you're in court getting a federal conviction for assault and battery or what have you. But again, I guess what I'm saying is that's why these people don't believe what DHS is saying right now. They're not releasing any information. Well, it's an investigation. No, you're trying to get your narrative straight. And that's why people don't believe you. And that's why people don't believe law enforcement. Because cops lie. Cops twist it so that it makes them look good. I ain't got to get our narrative right. Don't want to get sued. I don't want to get fired. Well, then don't F up if you don't want to get fired. Obey the law. Respect people's civil rights. And that doesn't apply across the board. That would be stupid of me to think it applied across the board. But I will say this, if the shoe fits, wear it, Cinderfella. Because you're the problem. And all you cops who turn your head and go, well, hey, man, there's nothing we can do. You got to ask the cop that lied. Well, you're the problem, too. Because you're not holding your coworker accountable. So you're just as complicit. You want people to respect law enforcement? Then start having them be ethical, honest, have integrity, and be accountable to actions. But that's never going to happen. Because law enforcement, when they get a badge, they think, I'm the king now. I can do anything I want. What's going to happen to me? Nothing. Yeah, well, karma's looking for you and karma's coming for you. Really? Yeah, look at Derek Chauvin. Look at some of the others who have been sentenced and they're gone to prison. Some of these. So when it becomes big news and you're the one, you get it. I want to hear from all of you. What do you all think about this?